Hey Pisces, thank you so much for joining me for your November Taroscope, followed by your Fiercely Focused reading to get like a laser in on what your month is all about and what you can do to make the most of it. But before we jump into those two readings, I just wanted to say, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, Pisces, thank you. Thank you for taking the leap of faith to even click on this reading, whether this is your first time or if you've actually been watching the channel for a while. It really means a lot that you choose this. And for those of you that have liked or commented, subscribed, I can't tell you what it really does mean to me to see those things, and it really makes it feel worthwhile. It makes it feel like this is helpful, and that just fills my heart. So thank you. And to those of you that have even gone so far as to book personal readings or to buy one of the books or the charts for my shop, you're really literally helping me make my dream come true. So thank you from the bottom of my awkward little heart. Okay. Thank you for your patience, Pisces. Love you. All right. But now let's make it all about you, which you rarely do. All about you, Pisces. What does November have in store for you? What does Spirit want to tell you for your highest good? What are the influences, energies, characters coming at Pisces? What are the opportunities, the challenges? What's coming up for Pisces? Sun, Moon, and Rising, Spirit. What do they need to know for their highest good in the month of November? And I promise I'll pan down in just a second, Pisces, and show you your cards. Beautiful. I just like to get that little face-to-face connection with you. I have had a few comments in the past saying hey, why don't you talk to us? So here I am. Okay. Pisces, November. What is it they need to know, Spirit, about? What is it they need to know for their highest good, Spirit? Pisces. Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. All right. Kind of an exciting month. Okay. Good things. Good things coming in, maybe a little faster than you expect, maybe at times feeling like more than you can handle, but they are blessings, for sure. Okay. All right, Pisces. So we're going to pan down and I'm going to show you what you're working with. And here comes a lot of face and stripes and just all the stuff. We're coming in hard. Okay. Okay, here you go. Now, as your month opens, Pisces, so for some of you this may have already occurred, or some of you, this may be the current moment. I feel like you finally put an end to a long, long battle. And whether you feel victorious or not, I feel that you are. I feel that even if you feel like you lost, you learned something. This guy may be bandaged and bruised, but he's the winner off the battlefield. He's taken the weapons of everything and everyone that he's come up against, every obstacle, and arranged them like trophies behind him to remind himself and to show other people, I am unfuckwithable. No, really, you have learned so much from this, Pisces. Everything that you've been going through, especially the tumultuous stuff, Spirit is saying for some of you, you've learned so much. It hasn't been in vain. But you are ready to close a chapter. Death can be a little bit of a disturbing card to see, and I don't want it to worry you, Pisces. And you are the sign of transcendence. That's more what death is about. It's about closing a door so that another one can open. It's about gateways. You are opening a gateway by finishing up this battle. For some of you, I feel it may be kind of unceremoniously ended, like somebody just comes in and says, whatever, I don't want to fight about this anymore, or I'm done, or fine, here's what you wanted, I'm out. Like, I feel like maybe the other person kind of, some of you might feel a little bit cut off, is what I'm getting. Like this person just said, fine, here's your whatever, and I'm going. And I should say, Pisces, these are general readings, so some messages will resonate more than others. And if a message doesn't resonate at all, I want you to recognize that that is for another Pisces. Spirit always comes through with the most important messages. So even if it's for like 2 Pisces, if there's a message about like physical danger, they're gonna push that through, because it's like, okay, that matters a little bit more than, you know, what color you should wear to work or whatever. Okay. So the reason I say that, like, the reason I remind you that these are not personal readings, they're general, is that for some of you, I feel like somebody, like I said, comes in and kind of unceremoniously cuts you off or speaks some kind of truth that is off-putting or upsetting and really draws a line. But I feel like it gives you an opportunity. Wow, okay, Spirit just said some of you end this battle and decide to take this on alone. So some people might have this Knight of Swords come in and end a relationship or end a business like partnership, or I'm just feeling like in one way or another somebody is kind of cutting out. And you may be taking on everything by yourself. Now, looking at the rest of your cards, I don't feel worried for you. I feel like this is good. Here's you, Pisces. You sweet, romantic, open-hearted Knight of Cups, you messenger, you mover and shaker. Move and shake this month. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like it's time to be in flux. It's time to be open to new things, because when you're open, some beautiful stuff can come in. Some amazing stars, some amazing miracles can shine in your life. Spirit just gave me the word invitation. So I feel like some of you literally are getting an invitation that comes completely out of nowhere, like total surprise. Maybe it's like, oh, you're invited to this retreat, like all expenses paid. Or, oh, like, please come for Thanksgiving. Like, I'm just feeling like a surprise. And it's really exciting. And for some of you, it's even bigger than that. Like, it's a job, a tour. Like, that's crazy, but that's what Spirit just said, a tour. So for some of you, you might be magicians or magicians. Wow. maybe some of you are magicians. I was going to say musicians. They're giving me tour, so I'm feeling like musician or artist, and taking things on the road, taking the lead. I feel like an invitation coming. Yep. And for those of you who don't get such a clear-cut invitation, your invitation is to discover your magic. Your invitation is to go deep into your intuition. You're an intuitive soul by nature, Pisces. You're an empath. You know, you read a room like nobody else. You also are, you know, very much like still waters run deep. Nobody can handle the moon and the high priestess and even the star like you. These are all cards of secrets coming to light. The landscape is shifting, things are changing. I feel some of you striking out on your own, and that opens up your world. Opens up your world. I feel some of you start a new relationship this month with someone maybe a little younger, and if not a little, like, literally chronologically younger than you, somebody like who seems younger. They have like a very spirited, youthful, excited energy about them. Very inspiring person. A lot of opportunities coming at you. So many wands, you know, 8, 9, 10, like, damn. In fact, 8, 9, 10 page, like, and I swear, these have been shuffled so many hundreds of times, like, who knows? But evidently, your inspiration, your magic, your skills, your passion, that is a major theme for this month. Seeing things through, getting the opportunities that you want, and then being in a position where you can actually seize them. Not being so weighed down that you can't even see where you're going or how you could even begin to take on some kind of new opportunity or some new invitation. Spirit just said, don't burn the candle at both ends. It's a lot of fiery energy, and you're a water sign, Pisces. Balance is really important. You know, you are the type that can go, you know, full tilt from like, I'm up at 5 a.m. and I'm working till midnight that night because I feel inspired, right? But you don't want to then deplete yourself and spend the next 3 days sleeping. Like, you want to give yourself a little bit more space, a little bit more attention to your natural rhythms. Who is your Queen of Wands, Pisces? Who is the person in your life? And queens can be male or female. It's more about personality in the court cards, especially when I'm giving a general reading. I'm very hesitant to say like, oh, it's a man, it's a woman. Who is it in your life that you think of as a go-getter, as a charismatic, creative person who is like doing it for themselves? Like they are carving out their own path in life. They are making making joy, making a life, making a living out of what springs from them naturally. So they might be literally like, you know, an artist or a musician or an actress or like an intuitive. This is somebody who has, in a very inspiring way, created their own life. Who inspires you and makes you feel warm and special. You want to be with those people. You want to be with the people who make you see all the possibilities that you have, all of the opportunities that you have, all that you have to offer. Spirit is saying expect a miracle. And expect it maybe faster than you, haha, expect. Expect it fast. Things are coming at you. Messengers are coming at you. Spirit wants you to really pay attention to messages that come in like 3 or more times within like a day or a week. Like a noticeably small window of time for the same idea or phrase or symbol to pop up several times. For example, if earlier in the day you were looking, you know, you were on Facebook randomly and like a little ad popped up that said like, make money creating your art or whatever. And you just kind of noticed, you didn't even click on it or do anything, but it kind of stuck in your head like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Like maybe that would be neat. And you just kind of let it go and go on about your day as we do. And then later, you know, you go home and your partner or the friend that you're hanging out with or the family member, you know, you didn't bring up that whole thing at all. It just kind of went on and you went on with your life and weren't thinking about it. But then somebody that you're hanging out with says, do you still do your art? Like, you are really amazing at that stuff, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's something to be noticed. That is Spirit's way of like, you know how they say, let the Spirit move you? Spirit will move the people around you to come and be messengers for them without even necessarily realizing it. It's just like, right time, right place. This person feels the sudden like urge to tell you that they like your art or they think you're a great writer or whatever. And you got the little sign from the universe earlier in the day saying like, hey, do this, and then you get like another person saying, hey, you know what you're great at? This. And then maybe the next day you get in the car and there's a song lyric on when you turn on the car that is all about like creating your art and, you know, life is an artwork or some shit like that. I mean that with the utmost reverence and respect, Pisces. But the kind of thing where you just feel like, whoa, okay, is the world like hitting me over the head with a sledgehammer, or am I supposed to start doing my art again? Art is just an example, Pisces. Your thing, your gift, your magic. There's a miraculous opportunity out there. You just want to be open for it. You want to walk through the gateway, end this old fight, draw these lines so that you can X out this shit and go within, recalibrate, embark on a new adventure. Even if you are taking it on alone, you have people around you. You have messengers around you to help you. All that you need to do here, okay, Pisces, is be honest with yourself. You have a loving, open heart by nature. But you know, you do get called the slippery fish sometimes. And the thing is, you're not necessarily trying to go about hiding the truth from anybody else. You can be very skilled just at hiding from yourself. This is the time both the Star and the Fool are very like, I mean, she's literally nude. It's about dropping artifice. He drops baggage. She doesn't need clothing. They both shine shamelessly. They're both like perfectly comfortable being who they are, doing what they do, doing what feels right. Like, look, I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel like I got to go. I feel like I got to walk out of this cave and go see what happens when I let the sun beam down on my face and just find out what life holds for me. I really like the moon coming out, the star coming after the moon, because it says that things that don't make sense, especially, you know, the middle and like beginning of the month, when things are still in flux, okay? When you're like finding your bearings as you take on this thing alone, or you just take more onto your plate, you're gonna find your bearings. The people that you need will be there. Spirit really wants you to tune into your intuition. Really get solid about what you think, what you want, and I shouldn't say think, I should say feel. What you sense. Trust your senses more than logic. Trust your intuition more than logic this month. That is what Spirit is saying. I know that you're like listening to a tarot video, so that may not come as a surprise, but I don't say that every month. You could have like swords upon, you know, King of Swords and Emperor, and you could have stuff that says you need to be orderly and logical and you need to stick to the facts. That is not about this. This is about faith. This is about faith and intuition and moving forward despite the fact that you might feel like you're in the dark. This is about trust. This is about radical trust and knowing that, you know what, the clouds may be passing over the North Star right now, so maybe for a second you're not going to know what to do and it might be a little scary. The stars are going to come out. The messengers that you need are going to arrive, and hello, she's got a wand in her hand like a torch. Like, they will light the way for you. The people that you need will light the way for you and will lead you to these amazing new opportunities coming in for you faster than you think. In fact, they're telling me November and December are going to speed up quite a lot. And I feel like it's partially because, you know, you get rid of this kind of dead weight. And when you recalibrate and you open your arms, like you open up wide for things to come in, things are going to come in. Get excited for it. Think intuitively, Pisces. It's a gift of yours. What do you want? Dream it. Dream it up. Dream it into being, okay? Very curious to see what's going to come up in your fiercely focused spread. And I think, Pisces, I'm just going to bring you up so I can look at you while we do this, okay? Hi. I apologize for the bug eyes. All right, Pisces. So if you haven't been here before, this is a quick 5-card reading starting with a theme for your month and then an action step for each aspect of your life, like body, mind, heart, soul, finances, career, spirituality, relationships, like get pretty deep, but practical. Okay, Pisces, as practical as you can get in a tarot video. Woo! Okay, flipped right up. Actually, he should be like this. Hanged man. Hangs by his foot, not by his neck. You've been reoriented. Is that not the word that I was using like a whole bunch? Life has been turned a little bit upside down, Pisces. You're finding your new normal. You're finding your new normal, and that's why Spirit was saying, don't worry if things are a little mysterious. Don't worry if it takes a little while for the clouds to pass over where you can find that star and be like, oh my God, okay, it really is going to be okay. Like, I really am going to find my way. I really do know what I'm doing. I just got a little lost for a second. Don't become attached to the moment that you're in, to the, like, this is going to pass. This moment of, like, quote unquote suspended animation of hanging around waiting to see what's going to happen, this is going to pass, so make use of it. If you got to be hung upside down from a tree, you may as well take that time to be like, well, let me get familiar with my surroundings, see, you know, is there anything I cut myself down with? If I fall, is it going to be a soft landing? You may as well get oriented and get a sense of where you are and what you've learned. You know, kind of like when your parents might put you in timeout when you were little and be like, now think about what you did. That's what the Hanged Man is. Not that you did anything wrong, but more like, look, your life has changed. A lot has happened. You've done a lot. You've gone through a lot. Why don't we take a minute to just figure out what that all means, okay? So you're good at relaxing, Pisces. Relax. Relax. You're going to know who you can trust, and those people will help you, all right, along your way. If you ever need to feel like anchored, those people will be there for you. But Spirit does want you to absolutely trust your intuition, and this is one of those, you are exactly where you're supposed to be right here, right now. You know, however crappy or annoying some of the circumstances may be in your life, there's a reason that they are in your life. Even if you don't believe that, like, can you just for the month of November experiment with that idea and operate under the, like, we could call it a delusion, operate under the delusion that everybody and everything that you encounter is divinely sent to you so that you can learn something, receive something, teach something. So maybe ask yourself, that's the Hanged Man's way. He is the wise man, the philosopher, kind of the Prometheus. Allow yourself to be enlightened. Ooh. Okay. Now let's look at the physical, the financial, your resources, literally your money. What does Pisces need to know in November, Spirit, for their highest good? What can they do with their body, their health, or their resources in order to make the most of this month? Boop. Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady. See? No rush. No rush. No rush in moving forward. You want to know what you're doing, and you can take it slow and steady. That is truly what wins the race anyway, Pisces, and you're not a rusher by nature. Trust your natural rhythms. Like, if anything, what I'm really feeling is like, don't push. There's no need to push. There's no need to rush. This is unfolding. This is, you know, pieces of the puzzle are being, like, handed to you. You know, this is so weird, but this is what Spirit is showing me. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you. You know, like, when people kind of do fun runs, sometimes it'll be like, you're rounding the corner and, like, they blast you with, like, the color green, and then on the next one they blast you with the color pink, and then they're gonna blast you with the color yellow. Like, Spirit is kind of giving me the, like, this vision of you, Pisces, on, like, a fun run, except at each station someone's handing you, like, a puzzle piece. Like, here's a puzzle piece. Okay. Puzzle piece. Puzzle piece. And then you put them all together. Okay? So there is no fucking rush. There's no need for you to have all the answers right now. And if you feel whenever that moment of tension or anxiety rises where it's like, I'm supposed to know where I am, I'm supposed to know what I'm doing, like, slow and steady. Take in the scenery. Why are his hands behind his back, Pisces? What secret work are you doing? Is he untying himself? Is he creating something? Something good is coming out of this moment that may feel a little bit like a pause or a slow down in the action. Remember what they said. It's like divine timing. You are exactly where you're supposed to be in exactly the right circumstances. Just play with that idea. Play with the idea that you're exactly where you need to be to learn exactly what you need to know to get exactly what you want to get. Okay? See what you can draw out of each situation. Okay. Now, let's look at your mind. Your thoughts, the words you're sharing or hearing. What is going on in the mental realm of Pisces in November? This is good. This is lessening your burdens. It may be a little awkward to do because you may recognize that like something, you don't have time for it anymore, or you don't have the bandwidth, the energy anymore, and you have to kind of let it go. Don't be afraid to do that. You know, they said that you might be letting go of something in order to walk through a gateway to something new, so don't be afraid of that, Pisces. Don't look to the past with regret of like, damn it, like, I worked so hard on that project, or I worked so hard at that relationship or that job, and now I just have to leave it behind for this other thing. Like, try not to think of it that way. Try to, again, put it in that frame of like, I learned exactly what I needed to learn. I needed to be with that person, or I needed to be at that job, or I needed to be in whatever stressful, is what they're saying, circumstance, but now I can kind of move away from it, and I'm not going to look back on that and like, oh, if only I had, or if only they had, or maybe, and what if, like, take the opportunity to drop that shit. Take the opportunity to lighten your load and move forward with more momentum, Pisces. The Hanged Man is about radical surrender, and that's the phrase that Spirit is giving me right now. It's okay to surrender. Sometimes surrender is your best option, and it's not the same as loss. People like conflate those two words, and I'm talking about surrender to the flow of life. I'm talking about that idea of like, look, okay, I'm just gonna fucking pretend that everything is divinely sent and inspired, and I'm gonna let go of should. Stop shoulding all over yourself, Pisces. You have to do what feels right. If it doesn't feel right, if you feel out of alignment, you need to change things up. Can't say yes when you mean no. Can't say no when you mean yes. There is a great quote from Dr. Zhivago about that, and I'm going to try to remember to put it in the description. It's all about basically violating your own standards, your own wishes, and the fact that that really does take a toll on you. It takes a toll on your energy. It takes a toll on your mind. So you want to be in alignment with yourself. Say yes when you mean yes. Say no when you mean no. Don't feel guilty about it. Surrender. Sometimes saying no, even though, like, that is surrender. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, it's okay. It's okay, Pisces. You have a divine mission here, as we all do. You gotta do it. Gotta do it. We can cling for a long time to things we don't need to be, like, looking at and working on, and it only leaves you feeling depleted. Spirit just said inspiration is coming, so open your eyes. Don't look down. Don't look back. Eyes ahead. Okay. So now let's look at your emotions, your relationships, what's going on in your heart, Pisces, in the month of November. What do they need to know? Spirit, Pisces, for their highest good. Sun, moon, and rising, Pisces. Lot of options. A lot of options, but don't scatter your energy. We said this was a possibility, right? Slow and steady. Slow and steady, and you don't carry it all. This is a 7 also. 7 and 7. Like, a couple of these cups, you don't even want what's inside. You know? Like, look, there's a dragon in one of those cups. Like, there's a serpent in one of those cups. You don't necessarily want all of these things. And really the important thing is they wouldn't all be fulfilling. You want to take your time. Feel into each of those cups as you look at them, Pisces. Imagine in a way that nobody else can, no other sign can, you can immerse yourself. Immerse yourself in what's in each of those cups before you sip and feel it out. Is that good for me or is that bad for me? Trust your intuition and trust those mentors that are trying to help you too, okay? Not everything is worth your energy investment, is what Spirit just said, okay? If you cut it down to 3 cups, you're likely to have 3 full cups rather than 7 mostly empty ones that aren't very satisfying. All right, and finally, Pisces, what is activating you, lighting you up, firing you up? Ah, love it. Happily ever after. Love, support, community. See, don't be afraid of walking away. Look what you're walking toward. That radical surrender, look what you're giving up. Bullshit. You're giving up bullshit and static so that you can have true enjoyment, true pleasure, true community, true love, true partnership. It's good stuff, Pisces. Man. You gotta let me know. Let me know in the comments, Pisces. Like, what is resonating for you? Does this bring up questions? I want to thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure. I really hope that this is helpful for you. I hope that it helps you really like plug into the magic that is working in your life at all times. And you are one of the most magical signs that I know, Pisces. So if anybody can ride this wave and really work it, it's you. All right. Thank you again, Pisces. Love you much. I hope this is helpful and I hope to see you in December. Bye, Pisces. Peace.